Welcome to Animal Muses with your host, professional fine artist, writer, coach, and shamanic practitioner, Catherine Lucas. Join Catherine as she shares insights and wisdom gleaned from the natural world around her. Now, learn how you can cultivate your awareness and become the masterpiece that you are.
Black with bold white stripes leading down each side of its flaming red crest, the large winged creature flashed into my field of vision, and in that moment I felt an incredible spark of inspiration and clarity. This noble bird possessed an air of majesty with its striking wing-shaped crown. Reminiscent of Mercury, the ancient Roman messenger of the gods, the red-headed pileated woodpecker's distinct appearance that morning was clearly a message from the heavens. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Animal Muses. I'm your host, Catherine Lucas. The natural world offers many gifts to us if we're open to receiving them. In Animal Muses, I share messages and insights that I receive through my fellow creatures, as I believe they are not just for me. Nature embodies an awareness that reveals itself through all living things. By sharing my experiences, I hope to support, empower, and revive the creative inspiration in others. Animals are my teacher and muse, bringing me messages and healing that have allowed me to continue to grow and learn as a person and artist, and ultimately understand my unique soul purpose. This is what I wish to extend to you. As a reminder, the Animal Muses podcast is intended for educational, inspirational, and motivational purposes only. It's not a substitute for professional medical diagnosis, treatment, or advice. So absorb what resonates with you today and just release the rest. Now, learn what the pileated woodpecker has to say about discernment and standing in your own truth. The blaze of red, black, and white that flashed into my field of vision that day seized my full and utter attention. However, it was the valiant way it presented itself to me that made me take special note. The woodpecker's sideways landing on the tree was precise and solid. You can feel the magnetic pull between bird and tree as they bonded together. The woodpecker paused for a moment and cocked its head to one side as if to listen in closely to some faint whisper. Then it drew its head back before striking its beak into the trunk with unwavering conviction. It knew exactly where, when, and how to strike. Woodpeckers are a unique species of bird. They have an extraordinarily strong skull, which is heavier than other bird species, to facilitate hammering against hard surfaces. Their sharply pointed beaks are remarkably strong, allowing them to peck holes in trees and hard wood to get at insects and grubs. No other species of bird has this ability to penetrate dense surfaces the way this bird does. Furthermore, the woodpecker can hear the movement of larvae inside the tree trunk and determine where they're located. The physiological instrumentation of a durable crown, sharp bill, keen sense of hearing, and long, thin, barbed tongue is the equipment necessary to strike with precision through any obstacle or barrier. The woodpecker showing up in my life that day was clearly a message of discernment. The way the bird honed in before striking the tree trunk was a message for me to pause and look rationally at all aspects of my life before I act out. How am I reacting to situations without reflection or analysis? Am I being indiscriminate in my activities or my thoughts? How am I using my head? This message couldn't have come at a better time for me, and I'm sure for many of you out there. We are all experiencing major upheavals in our lives with a larger global upheaval happening right now. Our foundation as we knew it has been pulled out from under us. We're in a suspended state where we can't go back to where we were and don't yet have a clear picture of where we're going. Without a sense of stability or clarity, it's easy to lose our equilibrium. Perhaps the woodpecker presented itself to me as a reminder to examine my own state of composure. In addition to demonstrating the art of discernment, the magnificent woodpecker appeared to me in such a bold and unfettered way that it captured my full and complete attention. The manner in which it flashed into my field of vision triggered a flash of clarity in me and pulled me right out of my own maelstrom. A new level of awareness opened in me, and I felt a transference of energy back into my heart space, and I detected my own beat and the truth of who I am. As I observed the bird pecking at the tree trunk, drumming out a rhythmic series of taps, I began to feel like I was coming into tune with myself. I became more aware of my own heartbeat and could detect the same faint whisper that the bird was coding out into the world. I recognized it as some larger heartbeat, maybe not in the rapid succession of taps in itself, but in the overall cycle of rapid taps or pecks. I felt like I was a smaller harp coming into tune with a larger harp, the larger harp of the earth. As I continued to listen to the drumming, I became more aligned with my own beat and ultimately felt more in resonance with the earth. I was feeling grounded again. The more grounded I felt, the more clear I felt about where I stood and what I stood for. This is the only true foundation there is. When you follow your own unique rhythm and flight, the ground can never be pulled out from under you. This is your safe haven. This is the higher message I received that day from the woodpecker. The way to get there is through discernment of what belongs to you and doesn't belong to you. This could be the energy of thoughts, emotions, or feelings. As we wrap up today's show, I want to recount that if we're open to it, animals can teach us a lot about ourselves. Everything in life possesses an archetypal energy as expressed through nature. Each living thing has its own characteristic or quality, which is reflected through its habits and behaviors. Acknowledging this, we can align ourselves with the essence that lies underneath these qualities and ultimately gain a clearer understanding of our own nature and life. The pileated woodpecker possesses the power of discernment and rhythm demonstrated through its behavior and unique flight pattern. This can be observed in the peculiar way it flies up and coasts back down. Like a masterful musician, the woodpecker has the ability to detect and discern hidden frequencies and respond in like melody. The bird seems to exist inside the music of its own soul and uses its body to code its own unique expression out into the world. Perhaps it's time we do the same. The world can benefit from that more than ever now. On that note, may you find the music of your soul. As always, my animal friends and I want to thank you for listening to the show today. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here and would love to hear any comments you have about today's episode. You can do this by subscribing to Animal Muses with Catherine Lucas on Soundcloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Radio Public, and IHeart Radio, and leave any comments there. I invite you to leave your review and ratings as well. Don't forget to join me on my Facebook page, Animal Muses, to let me know what you think about today's episode. And remember, you can always connect with me at animalmuses.com, which will redirect you to my parent website, bodyofart.net, spelled BODYOFART.net. Here you will find all of my previous episodes and can sign up for my monthly newsletter. That way, every show will be sent directly to your inbox so that you don't have to go looking for it each time. If you're interested in learning about the fine art I create, you can find me at CatherineLucasArt.com and on Instagram at CatherineLucasArt and follow me there. Until next time, I empower you to take charge of your life and become the masterpiece that you are.
You've been listening to Animal Muses, hosted by Catherine Lucas. Animal Muses has been brought to you by AnimalMuses.com and Body of Art Enterprises Incorporated, your source for individualized mentorship and coaching. Our mission is to educate and support individuals to step into their own personal power and become the masterpiece that they are. To learn more, go to AnimalMuses.com and BodyofArt.net.